Hello, my name is Patrick. I'm the Regional Director for GPC KL. I'm here to talk about the fourth quarter status of our economy going forward. The COVID pandemic has struck us since 6 months ago in March 2020, and it's been 6 months, and we are recovering well. The government has actually started with a 6R approach to combat this COVID-19 pandemic, and the 6R approach are mainly to resolve resilience, restart, recovery, and revitalize and reform. So we are at the 5th stage now of combating this COVID-19 according to the government, which is at the revitalization stage. After the first 6 months, there's a lot of new opportunities in the economy that we can look at. But based on the fourth quarter of 2020, we are entering a budget season for Malaysia, which is very exciting because the budget season will then determine the growth of next year, 2021, for Malaysia. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has already projected a very good growth for Malaysia in 2021, and the national budget is so far here to accommodate and facilitate this growth. And government is continuing with mega projects such as the Light Rail Transit Line 3, Mass Rapid Transit System Line 2, East Coast Rail Link, and the National Fiberization and Connectivity Plan. The government is now spending a lot of money in the National Connectivity Plan because of the rise of the impending 5G implementation and AI, and also because during the COVID-19 pandemic, there was a huge spike in e-commerce in Malaysia. This e-commerce activity has almost conquered up to 93% of all e-commerce transactions are now transacted through digital payments, and currently there are a lot of effort by the government to improve this economy, meaning that there's a lot of opportunity for Korean companies to work with internet e-commerce providers and be able to sell their goods directly to the market in Malaysia. So the government has also given a lot of our citizens ECash. First quarter of this year, we have given there's about $7 million dispensed, and then second quarter there was $18 million dispensed, and there's also a $5 billion budget for the upgrading and expansion of digital Malaysia infrastructure. So with this rise of social media growth and consumer comfort with the digital payments, we foresee this rise in this economic sector, and GPC KL is also currently working very hard with the major providers of e-commerce in Malaysia, such as GrabMart, Lazada. We are exploring the individual avenues to increase our network with these companies so that we can benefit the Korean companies that want to come into Malaysia to participate in this e-commerce rise. And as though the COVID-19 pandemic has affected across different industries such as airline, tourism, food and beverage, but we do expect the e-commerce sector to overtake some of this setback and see a rise of 20% growth this year, which contributes about 170 million ringgit for GDP for 2020. Last but not least, the US-China trade war that is continuing has given a lot of opportunity for ASEAN regions such as Malaysia for the supply chain shifts. As the Chinese economy is moving higher in the value chain, they give a rise to labor-intensive production to relocate more locations outside of China into places like Malaysia. So the MIDA, our Malaysian Investment Development Authority, has managed to attract and facilitate out of 86 foreign companies based in China. We have already secured 32 projects worth a combined million of project value of 17.5 billion ringgit. So there's more and more intermediary component manufacturing that's coming to Malaysia, setting up base and using Malaysia as a new base to export out to different countries in the world. So the redeployment of investment and production is quite smooth in Malaysia given the good business environment, and I think there could be good opportunities here for these local factories and regions to work with machinery suppliers from Korea, and we're continuing to explore this potential in the fourth quarter of Malaysia. It's the budget season for Malaysian government in October this year, 2020, and we look forward to a robust budget to push the economy of Malaysia higher for the year 2021. Thank you very much for this update.